truck and hit the road. Set up camp and let the fire burn low. Seeking freedom is why we roam. Our land is our home.
Welcome, Arlanders, to another episode of the Arlanders podcast. I'm Jaime, and I'm with my good amigo Kingston.
What's up?
Trying my hardest not to mess those up.
Yeah, we gotta think of some new intros, maybe.
Yeah,
We got this brand new song
by
intro.
August Paul.
Oh yeah,
Check them out.
yeah. We got the and we got some new noises on the board here.
Did you get that? How about no? Did you get that one yet?
Yeah.
How about new?
I fucking love that movie.
It's
How about new?
that's a good one.
That's Austin Powers, you said?
Yeah. Man, soundboards. That's a perfect transition into
What we're going to talk
what we're gonna
about today. Yeah, because what we're doing right now
Yeah.
is producing content, right?
How about new?
No, I thought you were just gonna be stoked on that one. We're producing content, and
Yeah.
everything we do, I feel like with Kingston and I specifically, like we're making videos, we're making these podcast episodes, we're making photos, we're doing website stuff. I mean, all this is essentially in this category considered content that everyone kind of knows, like a buzzword now.
Yeah, I think like the title of the episode is called "Content is King." How about no? But yeah, like I think that it's such a big part of kind of, I mean, like what we do, but like for most, I mean, really, literally any brand, they have, and not all brands are really good at it.
Some brands suck,
and they can't produce content on on the regular or whatever. There's reasons, I'm assuming, behind that. With like the cost of it probably being the biggest one. But for like Roaming Lost specifically, we create content for other people, but I also have to create content for myself
to just continuously fuel your own brand.
Yeah, because the Instagram is like, I try very hard not to post too much truck stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's purposely done because I don't want to be known as like a truck
page,
truck page or influencer or whatever.
Yeah,
like Roaming Lost is content creation, it's campaigns, it's all kinds of other things. But the Instagram is obviously visually, like that's what it is. It's visually stimulating. It's like you create content of like behind the scenes stuff that we do. Definitely more so now because
you got to show what you're producing.
Yeah, I like showing what we're doing and the behind the scenes stuff, like getting people involved, like Sam on the Expo video shoot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I asked him to come out and he was stoked to come hang, and and then got couple good snaps of everyone, and now I get to share that eventually.
I'm really excited to share the behind the scenes photos that you took and Sam took.
Yeah,
hopefully soon, dude.
Yeah, I mean, and a part of that is like it's not the product or the videos aren't out yet, but when they do come out, it would all be rolled out at the same time.
100%. That's kind of like a reason why I think so. The buzzword content is here, but then I think if you're in marketing or any type of creation, content creation, it's content is king, right?
Yeah.
But why is that? Why would people say content is king? And I think the easiest way is because content is digestible, and all we do as not only a consumer but as a society is digest content. Like when we're driving, we're seeing billboards, we're digesting what that billboard says, we're digesting. When you see a car, you immediately start remembering the commercial you saw, maybe like an ad you saw, maybe the you follow Kingston, you see a Ram, like now there's like that content that pops in your mind. So every day your mind is being stimulated with so much content. So the best content is the one that can bring you an emotion or resonate with you or make you remember it, because we're
Yep.
thrown so much shit every day. So if the best content makes you actually, it sticks with you, that's that's a
valuable.
home. That's
valuable
valuable,
stuff.
dude.
Yeah. And I think that's why people get hired, to create stuff for brands that's like the classic word authentic, it's like,
It's it's
but the
overused.
word is so like, it just relates so well to what, they would want. So it's like, people going out and exploring and doing all this stuff. And it's like, if it comes from a creator that is literally doing that, and it's not like a setup shoot,
Mhm.
which has its place as well. But if it's like me, like going on a trip and I'm like, I'm going to create this video of the trip to hopefully inspire people to get not only like travel or whatever, but like the product that's being placed within these videos, because obviously you need to show off
Some
if
form
it's
of
for a brand,
product.
then you got to show off some type of product, right?
Yeah.
And these products help you do that. And yeah, they cost money and whatever, and you don't necessarily might need it,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's supposed to, not only try to buy you or, to sell you something, which is, given, but it's just there to ignite like some kind of like, feeling of either nostalgia or like the want to FOMO to like get out there and like,
There's levels to content of like what the content is trying to achieve, because it can be comedic, it can be educational,
oh yeah,
it could be aspirational, it can be there's another one that I want to say, but like yeah, nostalgic, and all of these are really either there to keep whoever is getting this content and digesting it, is to make them remember it or make them click on something, or like make that call to action happen,
or to like find like or to see more, like hopefully like there's a post like of the truck that would spark someone's interest in learning more about that, and then maybe they'll go check out the YouTube videos or whatever it may be, and like that helps me out. It doesn't sell you anything, but on my end it's like, YouTube, I'm like working on trying to get it monetized, and you need a certain amount of plays and like all this stuff. And the YouTube channel isn't it's not a money maker, but it could be like maybe a few years from now, if we keep on pushing,
keep making content,
and like and to do so is like, and like to keep putting stuff out on YouTube, you have to create some stuff to put on there. So,
that's it's very important. Very, very important when you're learning to have like what type of content works, and just giving different things a try just to make it. Because I think a lot of people, when they want to start making videos and start taking photos, it's just like, what's the reason you're taking the photo? If it's just for art, I mean, shoot, do whatever you want. But if there's a specific reason, if you're a brand or you're a content creator and you're like, you're on this mission to shoot this product for this reason, just be aware of like, where are the images going? Like what feature are you really trying to sell in that image? Like all that stuff is very important, just to like finally tune into each content. Because I guarantee if Kingston were to shoot something for Red Arc versus Super Pacific, it'll look very different of how that image is shot,
Yeah. Because it needs to fit a narrative that the brand is, asking to, be
what you're trying to highlight.
Yeah. And like that's a good example, because the Red Arc system is built within the camper system, but it's like two different things within the same thing. So it's like you like with the Red Arc stuff, I could totally like step back and like show the camper, but you want to be more immersive on like how that product works. So you got to get a little bit closer. Makes more sense and then you show off the product, the
way it's shot and like what the features you're doing, whatever it is.
So it's it is like, it really is based off of what the client needs. But yeah, I think like the fun stuff is like the more trip based stuff, where it's like inspiring to get people to use the outdoors and stuff like that.
100%. learning all this stuff just over time, I think that was like another segue that we wanted to get into, which was investing in yourself. And when we say invest in yourself, sure, there's like a monetary reason or monetary aspect to it, but it's also investing time into yourself and kind of figuring out and honing in on your craft and seeing what you're good at with content.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, that's exactly like why Our Land started.
Because
we were good at what we used what we were good at to create something that I guess is more on the educational side.
Yep.
You know,
but see how like we've done so much. I feel like you and I both creatively, aside from each other, that when we came together and we're like, let's do this, we were like hyper focused. We know exactly what our goal is, what the content will look like,
and how to do it,
you know.
And we wouldn't need anyone's help outside of us, you know,
to get it done.
Yeah.
Investing and time is such a big one. I mean, you'll never get time back, but if you can use your time wisely and put yourself in the little, like in this room or in this conversation, or being able to, like, let's just say Jackson, when we're on the video shoot, he's like, you want to try the camera? He did actually. No, he let me use the gimbal, and I've never used that gimbal before, but I was like, yeah, I'm down. And just like learning like the simplest stuff like that, just investing certain time, taking those trips, making those connections. That's all considered investing in yourself, you know?
Yeah. And gear can be a part of that. A lot of people talk about how gear isn't important, but in certain cases there it is, but in some it isn't. But it depends on what you're trying to achieve at that moment, you know. Like the video setup I just like built up, it like we talked about this previously in a pod, and I think I remember which
one of the episodes.
Yeah, one of the episodes. So, but like we built the camera up to look like, I mean, it looks way crazier, which I'm using every day. Mm-hmm. Not every day, but like every project, you know, is like it's a fully built out now. And it functions better and it performs better, but it also produces like the look of like high production, and it's like way there's like something visually more like impressive in that than it would be just by the camera and the lens, you know.
Yeah, that's a aspect of equipment, you know.
That's the
investing in the
equipment. Yeah, I
think if you're getting into it, like, dude, when I taught myself like product photography and just like simple stuff, I didn't have like the cool equipment, but I still made it work. And then now it's like, it's so sick when you have nice equipment.
Yeah.
Because then you have to teach yourself how to use a nice equipment, because it's obviously a whole different step. But
same with the podcast. Like,
just get into it.
Because when we were talking about when you were talking about the podcast coming up, like redoing something or doing your own, I was like, let's relaunch the When We Lost one and do the Outlanders thing. And then you wanted to do it on your phone.
Because that's my style.
Yeah, totally.
Just let's do it.
But I already had like this investment.
Yeah.
You know, like we have a Rode, like the Rodecaster with the pod mics and the Rode pod mics and the Rode arms and like all this stuff. And then we have like, I had to learn how to do that. And like now it's like the multi-track system where I'm like editing it on the computer, like with the video.
When you've invested in that equipment, so it's actually faster for you to edit videos now, huh?
Yeah. And I had to,
wow, that's a freaking loud motorcycle.
Yeah, probably sounds like a Harley.
A Harley, yeah. I like how he has to rev it right when he goes to do the office.
Yeah,
it's so obnoxious.
But like, yeah, and then when we introduced the video, like now syncing the audio to video, learning how to do that, and then now we have lighting. It's like you're constantly building up. And if your production value is not changing, then you're doing something wrong. But like, I would say from our first video till this video, things just keep getting better. Audio's getting better.
Our ability to communicate too, because we've invested a lot of time communicating with each other.
Yeah, because I'm not very good at it.
And you're good at it now.
Well, I'm getting better. Well, definitely, I would say.
I feel like in the beginning, if I listened to the podcast episodes in the very beginning, I was so like, just a little more anxious and timid,
stiff,
and trying to make sure I'm saying the right things.
Sure, yeah.
When no one needs that, people just want to hear the conversation.
I think after we got a few like reactions of like, wow, this is so cool, like, or like it's very real.
People are stoked.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, I can probably open up a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Kingston has dude, your equipment obviously is gotten better and better, and I can only imagine like where it's going to become if you continue picking up those like long format videos, I guess you would call them, right?
Yeah,
More like documentary.
Yeah, we're trying to do more documentary style
So
stuff.
I can only imagine. And then for my stuff, like I think buying equipment, like little equipment, like the stuff behind us, and
Yeah,
like you know how we've been talking about me getting like a new truck.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna buy a small van
What?
for like a little commuter, and because I'm starting to move boxes around and
Okay.
picking up rig caddies and like
Yeah, more.
like what's the right investment for me right now is what I'm trying to think of. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say truck all day, but
I know.
But is it though? Like you already have a truck. It's same thing for mine. Like I wish I had a bigger truck with a fucking camper.
People
know
are
what I
listening
mean?
right now are probably like, what the fuck, dude?
I mean, yeah, it's fucking. It's so stupid. But like,
Imagine if you had
But
like
I
a
wish I
little like the ones I'm talking about are like the little like Nissan
like the mattress
NVs or
stand.
those
Yeah.
type of things.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had one for video, dog.
So yeah, and yeah, that would be sick. But the problem is that most of the stuff that we do is all off road, and I don't know
Yeah.
if that would really work out very well.
And your truck, I feel like, is an aspect of it.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
The only other option would be a Sprinter and like
Those are
a Winnebago
freaking
Revel,
Expensive,
but they're just
dude.
too much money.
Yeah, the one I mean, everything I get, I try to get like on a deal, used specifically. I feel.
I don't think I'm getting a Revel for a good deal.
No, yeah, those Revels are
Like
insane.
100 grand.
So insane. But the little vans, you can find them
Yeah.
used. I
Yeah.
spoke to Marvin today at Beyond Wraps. Asked
Yeah.
him how much it would be to wrap the whole thing orange with the fat logo on the side.
Dude, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Braceline
I mean,
makes
like-
wheels for him too.
Yeah, and yeah, I know they just released the whole
The
van
Scouts.
section.
Yeah, Scout. They have Scouts. And so I'm like,
So-
it'd be kind of a vibe.
So yeah, and if you can get it cheap, then whatever. Yeah,
Put the rooftop tent on that thing instead.
that would be pretty cool.
It would.
I mean, like you probably can do a mild lift and some.
I don't know if I think just wheels and then the little bit of all terrains
Yeah,
just to get me like certain, not like, I'm not
just
trying to
a
off
little
road.
look of it.
And then you know what else I was thinking? You know what fits inside those things?
No.
The Moto.
Oh yeah.
How
yeah.
sick is that?
To do like easy moto trips.
We just go like for the day. You just put it
Yeah.
in the van versus on a hitch. Throw all your gear in there, and you just set up with the little easy rig.
Yeah, I can support that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean,
But see, okay, that's what I'm investing in yourself, taking the time to really figure out like what's your next
what's
best
the right
step.
move?
And then again, content is king. So like all this stuff that Kingston's doing is to better his content abilities.
Yeah,
Me-
everything to make look better.
Yeah, me rolling up in like a little van with the easy logo at a retailer. That's dude, I
Or
can get
events or
great
stuff.
content for that. You know?
Totally.
And that's what people want to see too. I think sometimes I've failed in that in the past, and I feel like it's cool that you're into it. People like to see the behind the scenes. That's content in and itself.
Oh yeah, I think I personally enjoy behind the scenes more so just because like I would love to learn how do things happen, like or
Mhm.
how to do things. Like if I'm looking at like a video project or a photo thing and they're doing something special or something, it's cool to see like how they did it.
Yeah.
Like the kind of like those crazy, I'm obsessed right now with the crazy like off-road film tracks with the big dollies and like or not
Like the
dollies
shit on
but
the
like
front.
Russian arms and shit.
That
Yeah,
stuff's
yeah.
crazy.
I know but and like it's totally out of reach right now. Like I think there was, it was like the car was like a Mercedes SUV and with like everything, it was like a $200,000 setup.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
That's like for
oh.
movies and stuff though.
Yeah, but like I'm assuming they rent it out and that's where they make their money back. But it's such a specialty.
Yeah.
You don't like. There's no way I would be able to afford to invest in that. I would invest in something else before I would do that. But yeah, I mean, like how cool, like it's cool to learn about all the crazy stabilizers and like arms and all that stuff. So
I think there's ways you can kind of, I don't know if it's self-built or it's like a rig, but you know, Harkin Films. I don't know his name. I know it's Harkin. Bryce.
Yeah.
Super talented videographer. I've seen some of the.
He has an arm set up
on his Ford Ranger.
Yeah. So it's like stuff like that where it's like kind of. I think that the black arm is still like $8,000 but it's still. I mean, it's still a lot of money.
If you get one of those like one high-paying job though.
Oh yeah.
Like for some reason you land a client, bro, $20,000 client just for one video.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I would just rent it, do the job, and then put some aside for
something like that.
The purchase later. Yeah.
Damn.
But I think like there's other things that I would invest in. Like the things I was looking at are like any type of cinema camera, like FX6 or a red would be sick, but
those are freaking huge though, aren't they?
Yeah, but there's like the picture that comes out of it is just unbelievable.
They shoot like big screen movies on reds, don't they?
Yeah, tons of all kinds of stuff. Like
how much is one of those things?
I mean, they're like, $20,000. Like it's
like buying a little car, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's versions of them. There's like the AK1 Monstros or whatever, and it's like I don't know.
We're looking it up right now.
Look it up because
you guys have probably seen it or watched a movie shot on a red for sure. But that's crazy how a camera, you have to obviously know how to use red. Just because you have a red in your hand doesn't mean you're going to make a movie.
That's the thing is
oh wow, they're pretty small nowadays. I remember seeing the original ones were freaking huge.
This is a Komodo. This is a red Komodo 6K. This is like I think their smallest one. It's so the starter kit is $7,200.
What's like the big Mama Luca?
Let's say like
you can take out a business loan for one of those if that was like something you desperately. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying if someone like desperately needed a red to get a job done.
Yeah,
take a business loan out.
It looks like the red Monstros refurbished is $25,000.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah, I don't. So it's but the thing is like
there's one called Black. My buddy used to have one called a Black Magic.
So that's a great camera for people that it's pretty low
entry level, but that shoots great shit.
It shoots I think 6K. But they got the Red Ranger for $25,000 and like all the shit. But the problem with doing switching to like a system like this is that none of my lenses would fit.
Oh, because it only takes Canon lenses.
Yeah, so like
well, that's kind of lame. You can get an adapter, can't you?
Yeah, probably. So like the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema is 6K. Or not 6,000, but like 6K resolution, and it's $2,500. I mean,
but it all says Canon on it. So if you go Blackmagic, you have to run Canon.
You do, yes.
Does Canon own them, or how the hell did they get that monopoly?
I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is behind the Canon mount systems.
I mean, Canon does make some of the best lenses on the market, dude. Their shit's incredible.
If I wanted to get,
that's what that homie was using, Jackson.
Well, so Jackson has an FX6, which is an incredible camera, and then the next one up is an FX9.
Damn, those things are. That's what he was freaking off-roading with.
Well, this is the FX9.
Holy crap!
And that's so the starter with like the lens and shit is $14,000.
Yeah, he was a trooper.
And then I know.
He was, we were getting rolling shots of my truck on the trail and the moto. So I was trying to go a little faster so it looked better. And he's in the back and just holding this stabilizer
before the good suspension.
Jesus.
But an FX6 is $800 or $7,200 or so with the lens. So but I wouldn't need the lens, so that saves you. It goes down to 6,000 for just the body.
Yeah.
And this fits all my lenses.
Yeah. I mean, I
So-
think if like he's not, I don't think you're saying you're going to go buy it tomorrow.
I
But
mean,
if
I
a
get
job comes
small
out,
business loan, sure. I'm just kidding.
but if a job comes out and
Yeah.
let's just say, I mean, who would be a client that would need like, think about like $20,000 for like a 5-minute bit.
It would require a pretty big client, like a
Like,
manufacturer.
let's just say
of
if
some
Dodge
sort.
hits you up. Yeah. No, I feel
Yeah.
like Dodge wouldn't even throw 20K at something, huh?
Probably not. Probably not for. Yeah, I don't know. It would have to be, a big job, like something that comes out, or
Like,
something
let's
that.
just say Fox Shocks, maybe.
Yeah,
saw your
or
shit.
just like Kawasaki put out a new dirt bike, and we filmed a commercial around that.
Yeah.
That might even be more than 20,000, but
100%.
But yeah, like something big like that would require a crew, and that's the downside to the Reds too. Is it basically requires like 3 people,
Really? To
Yeah,
operate
because-
one of those things?
just like and then you have to introduce like a Ronin, like 2, so that's like $8,000
Is that
So,
the stabilizer?
stabilizer. So there's a lot of extra cost that goes into it. But,
Yeah.
But we're getting sidetracked. But like that's
That
like
was-
let's say like you spend $40,000 on equipment, you better be for sure be making money
Oh, yeah.
to recoup that cost.
And also, you should be making, you buying that stuff and investing that money into it is because you know that
you're
there's
gonna
a
create
need
content
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's already a demand for your services,
Yeah, totally.
I think that could be an issue is like learn for sure. If you whatever you have on, you can learn and just people take the coolest content for Instagram Reels and TikTok and on anything on iPhone with one of the little ring lights on Amazon, and like that's
Yeah.
some of the heavy hitting, like that the most heavy hitting content for social media is shot on like an iPhone. So it just depends on it depends on what content you're trying to like achieve and like where the content is going. Because although content is king, it depends on where the content is landing of what product and kind of what is that equipment you need, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you're not gonna buy a Red to shoot Instagram shit.
Dude, I think that would just sink you. Like I feel like I've seen
It would.
social media agencies that try to use Reds for like TikTok content, and I'm like, okay, maybe,
It's
but
so
at the end of the
overkill.
day,
Yeah,
the fucking most viral shit is shot on an iPhone.
yeah. I think that that's where the equipment part isn't as important because it's like, I'd rather get hung up on creating content on a regular than being like, oh, I don't have the equipment that will allow me to do that on the
Yeah.
regular. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and I totally get that. I get hung up on the equipment parts, from time to time. So I know how it goes. But I think that it's more important to put out more like good, like more quality content than it is to. I mean, shit, if it's on TikTok, it doesn't matter if it's quality or not.
Yes, I feel like some of the coolest like cooking shows or cooking food channels and
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just you take what your output is and you can shoot accordingly for
yeah,
that.
I love that. But that's content for sure is king, hands down. Hands down, dude.
Yeah, who creates great content?
Well, I would expect Roaming Lost, but his shit's been pretty weak lately.
Weak.
So I'm gonna have to go with Onyx. Shit. Yeah, you like how you memorized that one.
Oh yeah, I got him pulled up over here.
Hit that one more time for me, real quick.
How about new?
Hit me with the horns. Hit me with the horns. Onyx Off Road.
There you go. They do create content.
They do, and they actually love their content creators, and a lot of the content creators actually create some amazing content for them. Because it's a
do.
little bit tricky when you're trying to shoot an app like Onyx Off Road, because although it's so functional when you're off roading and you're looking for campsites, I mean, trying to shoot a phone or a tablet in a cool manner is difficult
It is hard.
sometimes, you know?
I've tried.
Yeah.
I mean, I've shot content for Onyx. You know, I still do, but yeah, I mean, but they really hone in on the adventure.
On the adventure.
Which I love that.
Yeah. If
It's
you
cool.
follow them, you'll see it's like so cool because they use like side by sides, moto,
It applies
enduro.
to
It
anyone.
applies to anyone looking to get outside.
What's cool is like we're sponsored by Onyx Off Road, but the to show like other things, like they do have 2 other apps.
Yeah.
They have Onyx Hunt and Onyx Backcountry.
Uh-huh.
And the Onyx Hunt thing, I don't hunt, so I don't.
That's
I
I
use
think
it.
their main vehicle actually.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
super
That's where
big-
it started, I believe, as, and then it like, you know, I think Onyx Backcountry is the newest one, but I've been noticing that Onyx Backcountry is killing it with like stories and all this stuff, and
Yeah, I can imagine.
and so there's a lot of cool stuff happening that I know personally of. I'm not sure if it's public knowledge yet, so I'm not gonna say, but like there's a lot of cool stuff happening for that app, and then I believe it is coming to Onyx Off Road as well, as like you know,
You're getting
without
so
saying
excited.
without saying too much, because I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, you don't want to leak it.
But yeah, it's not just for off-roading, if you go backpacking, like that backcountry app is like literally
Amazing.
key.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot to just that one company.
Like Transformers said, there's more that meets the eye.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Yeah, Onyx Off-Road. Go to our show notes. Get a discount on them, you guys. It's thebomb.com.
Yeah.
And then follow Onyx Off-Road because you'll actually see content from, I don't even know if they've ever reposted my stuff, but
They just posted Kyle's photo for the Onyx. Actually, this is coming after 4th of July, but we are getting, you get a 30% off during 4th of July. And if you followed them, you would know that. And
So
then
follow them.
You would get a discount. But you get a discount if you use the Hourlanders code, because we always have it.
I know.
We always have the discount.
You know what I really want to hear again?
But
Not that one. Jesus. People are going to be so over it already, huh?
yeah.
What I would really like to hear is that amazing outro by our buddy August Paul. Thank you guys for listening again. If you want to share us, tag us, and we appreciate all of it.
All right, guys. See ya.
Set up camp and let the fire burn low. Seeking freedom is why we roam. Our land is our home.